All right. Well, you're back where it's at with your girl P.I. Pam and T. Pam, what are you doing?
Why is this one piece of hair hanging out right here? You see that? Get together, Pam. Get together.
Get together. So
Okay.
while we're waiting on some people to check in, Pam, I wanted to ask you. You missed our show Monday because you were still Super Bowling.
I was Super Bowling.
How was your Super Bowl party? Were you pulling for a certain team?
I'm pulling for anybody that plays the Patriots. I do not like the Patriots. I don't care for Tom Brady. So I was pulling for the Eagles, and I was very pleased at them winning, too.
Well, congratulations. Jay and I were off into doing our own thing.
Yes, and it was hilarious. Let me tell you, I cracked up.
All right, so we do have some people checking in with us. In fact, I'm going to pull it up because, my eyes are getting weary. Or it could be old age, I'm not sure. But we're going to pull that up so that we can see what our listeners are saying while they're on the show. And one of the things, Pam and I just got back from Austin East. We attended the meeting, and one of the reasons we came on this evening is because we know that a lot of people wanted to attend the meeting at AE, but possibly couldn't be there because of timing or whatever. And so we're going to do that. Pam, have you pulled it up?
I'm pulling up now.
Very good. So I want to start off with, I would say it was a crowd of about 100 people there. And so it was a pretty good crowd showing their support and concern about the consequence that was issued to Austin East based on an incident that happened when they played Chattanooga Brainerd. And Pam was actually at the game. So we're going to have a couple of things going on here. We got firsthand knowledge from somebody who was there, and then both of us were at the meeting. So I'm going to start and see if there's anything that our listeners want to share or any questions. Pull that up so that we can see what our listeners are.
Okay, I'll turn it down. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. So how do I, I'm slow. Okay, I got it now. So anybody have any questions regarding what happened at the meeting? Or do you want me to just share? Should I just share what happened?
Yeah, we can. You can
start with that.
Share so, if you have any questions,
Mr. Langlois, which is our executive principal, and Mr. Armstead, who's our senior principal, as well as athletic director, gave the audience, parents, community members, students, an opportunity to, at one, express their concerns and ask questions. So there were a lot of good questions that came up during the meeting, and of course, a lot of concerns. So let's just get the concerns out the way. Let's talk about the obvious. And then we'll move toward what's going to be some solutions. So right now we're talking as T and Pam. This is not, based on a big collaboration or anything. This is our opinions, our views, and it also probably expresses some of the views of others who care about the kids at Austin East. So we go down to Chattanooga Brainerd, right? Pam, you were there.
I was there.
Basketball game. Your son plays. What kind of started the tension?
It looks like the tension started. Well, first, Chattanooga Brainerd is a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's always been a rivalry. There's been tension for years.
Right.
But being there for the girls' game, it was tension then because I don't personally
Hey, friends,
think,
thank you for listening. Sorry, Pam.
I don't think the refs. The refs, when I looked at the refs, I was like, these don't even look like real refs. They look like just somebody just off the streets. They was making bad calls during the girls' game. They was letting things get out of hand.
Okay.
But girls are different in how they handle things than boys are. So I think they should have got the coaches together before the game, set some ground rules, said, okay, we know there's some tension between these two teams. If anybody acts up, you're going to be ejected,
Right,
whatever.
right. Well, Pam, that's real smart. Maybe you should talk to them before the game started.
I should have talked to them.
That's a good idea for the coaches to get together, knowing that we have this ongoing rivalry, right?
Right.
And see what we could do. All right, so tension start, right? It's some bad calls because, to my understanding, we sitting there with 4 techs in the first quarter.
4 techs in the first quarter.
Who does that?
Made no sense.
Okay.
Plus, they didn't seem to be prepared for the game. When we went to Chattanooga Howard, which was another rivalry, and it was in the daytime. They had the police there. They had adequate security. They were prepared just in case something did happen, and nothing happened.
Okay.
Brainerd, no, they had some flashlight cops. They had some Barney Fife. I don't know. They just didn't seem to be prepared.
Okay.
So when they just started handing out texts for no reason, just no reason, and so it was tension then. Anyways, guys talking smack. Just,
yeah. But that happens in all basketball, right? High school, little league, NBA.
Right.
That's sports for you. Okay. So then it turns really left.
It turns left. The Brainerd play. This is what I seen.
Okay, keep in mind we got an eyewitness here, and then we're gonna share some other perceptions about what happened.
The Brainerd player comes down the court.
Mm-hmm.
One of our players in front of him.
Okay.
The Brainerd player gets the charge.
Oh, thank you, Miss Moore. Keep going.
Okay.
Pam. I gotta respond to the people.
Okay.
I love them, and thank you so much for tuning in. Go on, Pam.
And he stands over.
Hey, Aunt Shirley.
The AE. Hey, Aunt Shirley. He stands over the Austinese player. He says something. I don't know what he said because I'm up in the stands, but I see him say something. So the Austinese player gets up, bounces the ball. It looks like.
All right.
And it must have hit him. Wasn't no big deal. He pushes the Austinese player.
And they break that up. And that's kind of break that up.
He pushed the Austinese player down. Austinese player gets up. It's not escalated then.
All right.
But that's when, and you got to keep in mind, we are at their school, so. The visitors' bench is on this side. Brainerd's bench is way over there.
Mm-hmm.
So their bench empties first, which means that they came to us.
Right. A part of the findings were that the brawl started at our bench.
It wasn't even a brawl. It was a fight, and it wasn't that. It was more of.
It looked like a brawl.
It was more of. It was a brawl from them because their stands empty too. Their grown people and parents came on the.
So one thing we need to make sure, because what we're going to do, and I said this about the media, if y'all saw my post, y'all know I was very upset about the media's perception. So one thing I'd like to say, if you're going to tell it right and tell it all. So one thing to think about, if the findings said that the fight happened at our bench, that means we were where we were supposed to be and the fight came to us.
The fight came to them.
Okay, and then I do understand about people coming out of the bench, and of course, there are several tapes. All schools have video. You may have seen a partial piece of the video, and I won't lay this out there, so if you're mad and want to stop watching, you can do that right now. We do have some accountability, but it all could have been avoided had proper procedures taken place from a host team. So, Pam, we at our bench. We might be a little heated, but we at our bench.
Yeah,
right?
we're at our bench, but it could have been avoided if the refs, they had to come clear across the court. So if the Brainerd coaches would have stopped their players from even getting up off the bench, coming to our side, and the refs, if they would have got past the coaches and stopped them mid-court and let them come, it's not too many boys that are going to let a group of other boys come up and just, basically be in their face without standing up too.
Right.
They stood up too, like they were saying in the meeting. Our bench didn't completely clear, and you saw what people saw on the video was people out there. It was, some of our fans and parents too, but we was trying to break it up, trying to remove kids out of the situation while Brainerd parents and stuff were actually throwing blows.
Shut your mouth.
They was actually throwing blows at kids, so we're trying. So you seen a commotion.
What's his name? Cornelius. What would you do? Yeah. I got a question. So let me calm down for a minute, because I might need some oxygen. But just let me get my thoughts together. I'm just trying to imagine your child, my students, on the court or in this middle of this fight, and a parent, some grown people. I almost cuss. Forgive me. We got a new hashtag, pray for T. Some grown people come out the stands and start throwing blows against some kids. What was we supposed to do? Yeah, so
people out there, it's a commotion. Of course,
okay, yeah, I bet.
But, not Nara, that's Narra.
Yeah, I'll post that for you.
Parent from Austinese was
let me write it on that form. What is it, Pam?
Narra.
Narra.
Was out there.
There we go.
The kids, we'll take, accountability for, the kids that were doing, they should be punished, but the punishment is a little harsh. And what is going to happen Thursday is the final appeal. Now, the punishment is that
we want to clear that up, too, because there are a lot of people saying different things. We want to tell you what the actual punishment is.
Yeah, the punishment is no post play this season, no post play for 2 years, and the third year is just a probation.
Right.
So that's where people are getting the 3 years from, which basically is 3 years. Our concerns is that Brainerd only got 1 year of not being able to play.
And we confirmed that at the meeting tonight.
Yes. And of course, on ours, it also states that if we get any more or involved in any more incidents, any sport, so let's keep in mind the soccer team could have a fight with another soccer team. If they do, then they can ban Austin sports forever.
Now look, not just the sport that is involved with, but all sports. So I know 2 people on the golf team, and I was thinking about starting a cricket team or horseshoes. But anyway, any of those sports.
Jason, nan parent.
Not nan parent. And Denzel, you were at the meeting, and Denzel says he kind of felt like that the AE coaches were taking too much of the blame for what Brainerd did. But I think they're just trying to cross the hurdle that we're at now. We all know that we responded. We didn't initiate.
Right.
But let's get back to the whole thing with all sports. So let's imagine this. First of all, we know people like to provoke our players anyway.
Right.
Right? And that the media hasn't helped that. And
hey, Mama Lou. Mama called me.
Yeah, she's calling in. We'll get back with her. But we know that, let's just say football season rolls around, right? And it's going to take one kid to spit on somebody, do something, to provoke them. And because of that, we're in jeopardy of losing our sports program altogether. So that's a big concern. And so one of the things people have questioned was our response to what the TSSA wanted from us. And originally our response, what the school thought they were responding to, was what are the consequences that will be issued to those that were involved, right? But what they really wanted was to find out what AE is going to do to create an athletic culture that has good sportsmanship. And so right now, I'm really glad that the administrators allowed us to come in and get some input. So right now we're talking about what we can do as a school, as a community, as parents as well, to create more sportsmanship. Now, I'm torn. I'm going to be honest with you, because I know what it's like to be provoked. We're also living in a society right now where we're facing a lot of injustices. So it doesn't take much, right? We're already on the defense about things that are happening, particularly things that are happening unfairly. Now, there was another thing that came up about it not happening to other schools, but it has. Right. So I did find out, it was in 2010, I think at Grace Christian.
Yeah.
There was a postseason ban because they played an ineligible player. And then I had someone share earlier that there was Daniel Boone and somebody. But anyway.
Daniel Boone and David Crockett, that's a big rivalry.
Yeah. Never mind.
It is, though. It's like the Austin Fulton thing.
But they got a 3-season postseason ban as well for fighting. But then, so my thing is, okay, that's fine. So maybe it's not directly related to us. Now, my problem about us is the media. We'll get to that in a minute. But I don't like inconsistency. So there were several other fights that happened on that same night. I didn't see them in the newspaper, nor did I see any consequence dealt to those schools. And then on top of it, we have fines. So, but are there any questions or any other things that our listeners or our watchers would like to share before we move on? Pam, did we cover everything?
I think we did. Let me see. What else did he say? People had asked questions about, about Alcoa.
Oh.
Now this, listen to this.
Let me practice my side out. I ain't as good as Jay. Jay, I wish we could have you on here, but.
Okay, so everybody knows that Alcoa canceled their games with Austin East.
That was supposed to be tonight.
It's supposed to be tonight. In fact, they're supposed to have 2 games with him, a makeup game and another game. So
tell them what they had the nerve to do.
They canceled all them. And
why? Why they canceled the games?
They fear for their safety. Can you believe
Did y'all hear that? Alcoa canceled their games. And
now,
this was confirmed too.
Yeah, this was
confirmed. They feared for their safety, so they canceled their games with us.
We have played 2 football games against them and lost both football games, and nothing happened. So why are you fearing for your safety now? You know, and if you say because the boys, okay, but what do the girls do? You don't want to play the girls either. They're not playing the girls or boys teams. So, you know, they had asked him about, well, will that be a forfeit?
Right.
Well, come to find out, for the girls it'll be a loss, but because of the boys' situation, it won't be a forfeit. There's a loophole, they said.
No contest.
No contest. So, and it was the superintendent that actually brought this up where they don't want to play him.
The superintendent of Alcoa.
Superintendent of Alcoa.
So Jay says that she feels that these decisions are ultimately leading to closing down of our urban schools.
I totally agree.
I think that's what they're after, but I promise that I don't think they want those problems. But let's talk about that. So right now, and this is another thing, and some of y'all may get angry, but just know it's coming from my heart. But why are we going to unite over sports? There are some other things that we need. We need equitable resources. We need the same opportunities for our kids to have a curriculum that matches the curriculums in other schools. We also need tenured educators. You know, we shouldn't have a school where more than half or close to half of our educators are new teachers. I mean, because we already know that we're in a demographic that requires some strong educators. And so while y'all in the fighting mood, in the protest mood, I'm just saying there's some other things that we want to talk about as well. And let's get back to closing the urban schools. Obviously, this school is an open transfer district, so students have a right and parents have a right to request a transfer. So if we can't compete with curriculum, if we can't compete with resources, what about the kid who's good at sports? If you letting us know that if there's one incident, all sports programs will be banned, why would a parent send their kid there? Why would a kid want to come to Austin East? So Jay, ultimately, if our attendance or our enrollment decreases enough, that's a possibility. But I'm asking that everybody unites and we do everything possible to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, Tamir, you know, that's part of that loophole they were speaking on, that they won't have to pay a fine for breaking the contract. It's not a contract. It's not a contract in basketball.
It's just for football, right?
And you should know this. You're a TSSAA ref. Why are you asking these questions to me? Not play. But yeah, it's not a contract in basketball, only football.
Right.
And there would be a fine if it was football. It'd be totally different if it was football. But that's all. Right. And Denzel, back to what you were saying about the meeting was okay. You know, you feel like the AE coaches and AD are taking too much of the blame from Brainerd TSSAA and putting it on themselves and the players.
Don't be. We try to have a nice, engaging conversation. We thank you for watching.
Yeah, and Denzel, you are right.
Hey, Nikki.
You know, and a lot of people, express their concerns about. They don't think that, you know, we fought hard enough the first time when we got the first decision, but you know that was because they didn't fully explain. Like Principal Langlois said, this is new to him.
Right.
And come on down,
Come on, Brian.
Come on, we're gonna be here.
We'll be waiting on you.
Come on, we got a seat right here in the middle for you.
We'll make room for you, Brian McClure. But Pam, go ahead and finish talking about us fighting, because I think, like I said, people fight with different weapons, right? You know, right. Pam may fight one way, you may choose to fight one way. I want you all to be, and Pam, you back me up if you think I'm wrong, that's fine. I really do believe that our administrators are fighting. Now, they might not be fighting publicly. They might not be on Front Street, but behind closed doors and talking to the people that they need to talk to, they are not backing down.
Right.
And I believe even there may have been, in fact, fighting a little hard, and why they issued some of the consequences that they did, because they didn't like the way we came at them. So now we're going to take a different approach, right? So that we can hopefully. So we have an opportunity right now. We're in the midst of writing an appeal, and hopefully, and we believe that it will be overturned. And if not, y'all check us out on the next video. If they don't overturn, it's going to be a whole different kind of setting. But if they don't overturn it, we have some options. But right now, we're hoping that they overturn their decision based on the appeal we have going in.
Yeah, and Langlois said that he was just, being honest. He doesn't think they'll approve post play for this season, but he's hoping that they will. They're hoping that it's just a year.
Right.
Which they, we all understand they did serve some kind of, punishment, but it was a
little harsh. I'm
harsh.
put this up because I hate looking down while I'm trying to talk.
Plus, it wasn't the same as Brainerd's, and nobody has an answer for that. They asked them, they could not get a clear answer on that.
Right.
And back to Nikki's comment. Hi, Nikki. Austin East has been, she said, it seems like AE has been reprimanded harshly and are in jeopardy to lose your program.
We are. That's correct.
Which helped make the decision to close Austin East. Everybody knows they've been wanting to close Austin East for a long time. And, every time it gets good, they'll find a way to transfer people out. The good teachers, the good principal,
And that's what I'm saying. We've got to fight for all of that. We can't just decide when it's time to get into it over a sports decision. We got to fight for more than that. This is just one onion in the stew, and I'm mad as everybody else. Y'all know I bleed red.
Yes, I wish everybody was this upset about the academic stuff that are going on, the removing of the classes and the teachers that come and go over there, as you are about them playing sports, which is important.
Right.
But that's I remember when they were looking for a principal, when they was looking for Langlois, and nobody hardly came to the meeting. We was there. Nobody came to express their decision on what principal to get. So we have to let them know. And someone said this on one of the sites, WAT or something, that we only seem to be concerned about sports. And truth of the matter is,
that's what the perception is.
That's what it's looking like.
But let me tell y'all, I believe in my heart that y'all care. I just think that we need a platform to come together and really talk about all of the things that are affecting our school. Because me, for one, will go down fighting before they close down Austin East. And I do want to respond to some of our other listeners. Jay, there are schools that will benefit from decisions like this, which makes me nervous. That's what makes me think that a school will put a bench player in to provoke us into a fight, so that they will, again, be able to wipe out all of our athletic programs. And then, Regina, we know that the decision should have been equal across the board. And to our understanding, they have a lot of power. What is KCS saying about this? Are they supporting AE or not? Look at me.
No. It was,
I don't know.
This is what my son said. He's a senior.
I'm gonna let Pam speak to that.
My son said it would be nice if the athletes in the city, the schools in the city, would boycott playing until they fix this for Austin East. But we don't have that kind of support. That's wishful thinking, I told him, because they're kind of, they seem to be happy. If you just look at all the people that are talking on these sites, Austin East, they don't do no play. What is thug ball anyways?
Exactly. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Now, Pam engages with all the other media sites, WATE, WVLT, y'all can tag them if you want to. WBIR, Knox News Sentinel. She got about 11. Is that a number? 11 email addresses, because they keep trying to block her. But we're going to say this. The media helps to...
Thank you, Carlos. I'm glad that you will be at signing day. I do appreciate that, because even when you couldn't, you have always tried to support Austin East and their endeavors and their students. So I appreciate that.
And Demetrius Jaggers, when you say how can the community support and advocate, well, first thing, I think we need to hold off a little bit and see what happens with the appeal. And then we have a strategy plan that we're going to share. We're going to trust the process for now, right? And see what happens. But now, if the appeal doesn't work and that decision isn't overturned, then we're going to think about, one, not just this. How do we come together and support? I could think about how Gibbs got their new school. Their parents and their community member, they were at every single meeting that had anything to do with Knox County schools. Anywhere, they were represented everywhere. And it's going to take more than 5 or 6 people to start really putting pressure on policies, institutions, and all of that controls what's best for our kids when we know that. So we got to be more forceful, more diligent in making sure that people know we do care about our kids. We do care about their academics, their opportunities, equal access. And so we can't just step forward for this. But right now, this is our current platform. But there is some other battles that we need to fight.
Yeah. Hey, Rico. He said, good evening, ladies.
Hey. So,
yeah, we need people to come out when they do have these. Now, I know the meeting today was at 4 o'clock, so a lot of people were still at work, and that's okay. If I didn't have, something to do, an emergency this morning, I would have been at work too. I would have missed it because I don't get out 6:30. She almost got choked. So that's why we are here tonight. So,
with my mask.
No, I'm good. So that's why
because
we
were
are
closed
here.
Because of the flu.
Yeah, but let me tell you about Austin. They have cleaned that school.
It smell like disinfectant.
It smell like disinfectant. It smell like your granny's house when you go in. The Lysol and the disinfectant. Yes, it did. So that's why we are here this evening. So if people have, questions and, we can possibly answer them because we were there.
Right. And David, we will definitely let you know how to support. I'm going to, seriously, I don't get in a lot. I pick my battles. Mm-hmm. Because I want to put my energy into the right places. But this is one fighting for Austin East and the kids, my baby's there. That's worth it to me. So Pam, myself, and some others, we're going to be thinking about strategies and let you all know because everybody doesn't have to get involved the same way. And everybody doesn't use the same weapon. So it's always, we'll look at different things. People, Pam, go get you some water. It's nice and some water in the refrigerator. Look, y'all hear... Y'all got, hey, Reggie Jenkins, do you have some what's that, flu be gone?
I don't wish that on me. I just got my throat is dry. I've been talking a lot. I didn't talk
I was so proud. She was on the front row, though.
I was on the front row.
With her legs crossed.
But I didn't say anything, y'all. Y'all been proud of me.
So are there any other questions for those that are just tuning in? We've been talking about the meeting at Austin East tonight as well as what really transpired at the game in Chattanooga and what Austin East administrators and athletic department are doing to try to get the decision overturned and the appeal process and all of that. No, they did not suspend William Blunt and Maryville, but they did suspend the Daniel Boone and
David
Crockett. Grace. There have been some other people that have received similar consequences. So one of my things is consistency. If the consequence, if we know going off the bat, if you do this, this is going to happen, then that makes a difference because it's been consistent. But if you recently see it happen to someone and they receive no consequence and then it happens to you, yeah, we're going to feel some kind of way.
And I think Daniel Boone and David Crockett, they're out of our jurisdiction. They might handle their things wrong. I guess they're a little I think they're sort of like.
But they got to no, the band came from them.
It came from TWS?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. Well,
I thought they had their own little thing, David Crockett.
What other strategic initiatives would you ladies like to see in place?
I said a hiring initiative. I agree. I think some changes need to be made as far as, first of all, there has to be discipline. Discipline on these teams consistency across the board. You can't, do different discipline for different players depending on their rank on the team.
Right.
So you have to be consistent. That's for every sport, not just basketball, football, whatever. So.
And here's something she asked about hiring initiatives. Here's something I propose. That they come up with some type of formula so that the overall number of years of teaching experience in a building is the same. So I don't know what that number is, but I look at the number of new staff that we have, and there's nothing wrong with getting your feet wet. It's just that Austin East really isn't the place for that. We really need stellar, tenured educators. But let's say they would just even it out and make it fair, right? So if the magic number is 300, then in every school, all the teachers' years of teaching, you add it together, and it would be 300. That's something to me that can be easily done and controlled by the school district. Because one thing is we have to realize these are employees. So there are certain things that they can put in place and say, this is how we're going to, and we might have some growing pains. Just like if we attempt to change the culture of our athletic program, it's going to be some growing pains. If we are really committed to having what we would call student athletes, then, and I shared this, there are 3 A's that come before the A of athlete. That's academics, attendance, and attitude. And so that, along with the athletic program, would help us to have stronger players, more self-discipline. One of the things we talk about is self-regulation, how a student can regulate themselves, because we know And y'all know, unless you've been living in a bubble, if you do not teach our kids how to regulate themselves, somebody's going to do it for them.
Exactly.
So.
And someone asked, was charges pressed against the parents of the other school with Kim? No, because...
Not that we know of.
No, because they couldn't...
isolate them.
They couldn't isolate them so many. And then everybody has to remember, we have the same team colors. We have the same colors. So doing all that commotion, even the videos, you couldn't really see who was... They could like Langlois said, they could pinpoint certain people and certain kids, but with the fans everybody had on red and blue, the same colors, and it's hard to pinpoint who was who, and it was a big commotion. They keep calling it a brawl. We'll let them call it a brawl. It was
Pam.
It looked like a brawl, but it was more.
Was it more than 5 people fighting?
I don't know.
Was it more than 10?
I didn't see like the actual fight because I was too busy trying to
get your son,
get my son away from the situation, because I thought that it would come down to what kids they saw fighting, and those are the kids that would be suspended.
Yeah, that's what seems to be fair.
Yeah, and he's a
Suspend
senior.
the people who are involved.
Right, he's a senior. He didn't need to be.
They said Pam and Tanisha for school board. Listen, they don't want them problems.
They might. I can't be on the school board
one term.
Right, I used to go to Freaknik. They're not going to let me do it. Nope, they're going to bring up something, and I'm going to be like, that wasn't me.
We're gonna keep our platform right here on Talking with T, because we don't know how that would go over. But it's a couple of other things we were gonna talk about. We would love to talk about. I could talk about Austin East all night, and but we got a couple of other things for those of you that tuned in to Monday's show. Pam was Super Bowling, right? She was out doing her thing and cheering for the Patriots.
No, I wasn't cheering for the Patriots.
My bad.
I was cheering for the Eagles. Anybody that plays the Patriots. So, but first, are y'all through with this? Are y'all?
No, they can interject anytime they want to.
Yeah, no, I wasn't cheering for the Patriots. I don't like the Patriots.
Okay, it's fair. I don't care either way. So
I know y'all they did the show without me. So.
Did you see the halftime show? I did see some of that.
Yeah, I saw Justin Timberlake, and everybody's mad. Stop! Everybody's mad about Justin Timberlake because he did the Prince tribute.
Yeah,
and
they turned the whole. I seen everything turning purple,
and I could understand that because Prince had distinctly said that he thought holograms were demonic, and he didn't care for
the devil.
Yeah, he didn't care for Justin Timberlake either. He said he's not bringing sexy back. And then Justin Timberlake had said some ill things about him years ago.
Jay said you was too turned for the show this week.
I was, Jay.
Tracy, we'll let you know if there's another meeting.
Jay, I had too much Jesus juice. It was Sunday too. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Well, what I wanted to ask about, because we didn't get her input on some of the topics, so there were a couple of things that came up in the Crazy Chronicles. For those that missed it, one, Grumpy Cat was in a lawsuit. This cat won $700,000.
Okay.
Because somebody used the cat's image. But then I was like, dang, that's a lot of money. So I wonder how much this cat is worth. You ready? $100 million.
Whose cat is that?
Grumpy Cat. $100 million.
We don't talk about that because people won't talk about that because it was in Halls.
What happened?
Food stamp fraud.
It was some food stamp fraud in Halls.
Can y'all believe that?
Y'all hurry up, Google it. Google it. Share the story before they take it down. Food stamp fraud found out in Halls. Food stamp fraud.
I thought that only happened in East Knoxville.
They don't say Halls is in East Knoxville. Wait till you hit the paper. Yeah. I guarantee you.
They're going to say Halls off of Magnolia or something. You'll be like, come on now, really?
Yeah. And so Grumpy Cat, so speaking of animals, before I get to the, what do you think about this whole movement right now that people should be able to use food stamps to buy pet food?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard of in my life. And I said this on WATE, and they try to give me the business, try to tell me that my kids are equal to little Fluffy. And I said, no, they are not. You're right. It does not make sense that, to me, it doesn't make sense. So people are saying that people have pets as companions and therapy dogs and cats or whatever. But maybe if you can't afford to eat, maybe you should forego the option of having a pet, because it's more than food. I got 3. So you got vet bills and shots and dog houses and collars and tags and
all of that. So it's more than food. So, but being able to use your food stamp for Fluffy. I bet you Grumpy Cat don't need no food stamps.
Nope. Oh, and Tasha Bresson said they shut that man down and said he was using his business as a front for drugs and EBT fraud.
Oh, that's the one in Hall?
Yeah.
Thank you, because we talking, so we couldn't pull it up. Yep, taxpayer dollars to fund pets.
Right.
Does that make any sense? It makes sense to somebody, but we're not signing a petition for that.
No. If you had a choice, they was like, well, Pam, it's a choice to have kids too. I said, well, what about people, people have unplanned pregnancies, things happen. Right. You didn't unplan to go get that dang dog or cat.
Right.
They was like, you're so heartless. I said, first of all, cats have 9 lives, so go on somewhere with that. Throw the whole cat away.
All right, so Pam, the other thing you missed, y'all remember...
Cynthia said pedicade.
That's a good one, Cynthia. That's a good one. I had to write that down. The other thing I think you missed, did y'all remember the iguanas? Remember when everything was frozen and Florida had a little, I don't know, cold spell go through, and so the iguanas were frozen and falling out the sky and all of this and that? Okay, so yeah, so people remember the frozen iguanas. But now in Australia, it's a heat wave. Bats.
Betty.
Are falling out the sky and hitting people in the head. Like, they're saying it's the temperature, I think they say it's 111 degrees. And so their brains are frying. And they saying, the headlines say boiled bats falling from the sky. But basically the temperature is so high that it's frying their brains. And they are falling colonies now. So we're talking hundreds of bats. I'm not talking 1 or 2. I'm talking about you walking down the street and a bat falling and hit you in the head.
I couldn't imagine. You're talking about cold blue. I don't see a bat. No. All
right.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. Hey, Brenda.
Yeah, she is hilarious. It gives me life.
And Chuck, we'll have to go over there and look at it. Somebody's brought it up to us, so.
Hey, Chuck, you said we need to go to Knox Global News for what story? For the food stamp fraud?
Tracy said, oh hell no, bats. That's what I'm saying too.
Hey, if y'all listen, Jay said it's an end of time type of stuff.
Yes.
Maybe one of the 11th plagues letting us know.
Something.
We got to get it right, because if first iguanas falling out the sky, now we got dead bats falling out the sky. We might need to get it right, people. Yes. Okay, so we need to go look. Okay, so on the WJBE page is more information about the food stamp fraud that's in Halls, Tennessee off Magnolia.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's where it is. So, and so what else?
I don't know. Any other questions? Anything else that anybody wants to talk about tonight?
Oh, they put the
put the link on there. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tasha.
Get it right. Jay said get it right. I think he's talking about because them bats and iguanas falling out the sky.
Oh yeah, people have been doing illegally with the cards at different stores.
They're not only going after the stores, but people that are illegally selling and using EBT cards. Wait just a minute. Never mind, I'm lying.
Yeah, Chuck, the meeting was worth it. It was very informative. Langlois and Olmsted, they answered questions. Coach Stanton was there. So people, everybody wasn't, for the process, but they say sometimes you have to trust the process and leave it in their hands. Some people felt like they weren't fighting hard enough, was kind of nonchalant, but I just think that they are fighting in the background for the school, because they, like Langlois said, this is his first time being involved in anything like this. So when they sent the letter, they didn't fully explain to them what they should have done the first go around. They did what they were supposed to do in the letter, but they didn't tell them there was more. And also they expressed concern about Jody Wright, who is the coach at Fulton.
Oh, they did talk
being
about
on
that.
The board. Now, he's not supposed to be...
He's going to recuse himself. I know that was a big question people had.
Yeah, for the final decision Thursday. But he had already expressed his thoughts at the first one, so... it's I'm kind of on the fence about that. I don't want to say that Jody Wright is hating, but, we do know that, he has been known... a lot of players that should have been at Austin.
The meeting is Thursday, so by Friday morning, y'all gonna know what to do next. And Chuck, they sell EBT on Facebook. And I was having a moment of silence. So not only do you get in trouble for selling your EBT card, you get in trouble for using it, somebody else's card.
No, they're letting people get things they're not supposed to get on the EBT card.
It says the people are illegally selling and using the cards.
Like
that ain't my fault if I go to the store for you because you sick.
No,
and I might have paid you $20 for $40 for your card.
Yeah, it is.
It is. They can't prove it, can they? I mean, this is just what I heard. I'm just kind of sharing what I heard.
Trey, what are they doing to Brainerd? Brainerd they can't play the postseason this year, and they got 1 year of no post play. So I don't know if they're appealing theirs or not. Langlois basically said that TSSAA said, don't worry about what's going on with them, worry about yourself. You know, and they didn't want to hear about no other incidents at other schools or anything like that. So they just said, focus on what you plan to do as far as your school and your players. Right. So this won't happen again. So
basically saying worry about your own
worry
house.
About your own self.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, AE. That's basically
what they're trying to say. But there's some people on here still talking about this, and I'm very concerned about people selling their food stamps on Facebook. Now, we've talked about, that's one way to bring attention. A lot of people have gone to jail for advertising their crimes. And I'm not being judgmental. I'm just going to make a suggestion. If you want to sell your food stamps, your EBT card or whatever, or maybe you just taking a small donation for letting somebody go to the store for you, I wouldn't put it on Facebook. Let's try not to do that. And we still have people commenting about we need to get our lives right because the bats and iguanas falling from the sky. Dwayne, is the penalty for both schools or just AE? Did you already answer that, Pam?
Chuck, Austin did not start it. I don't care who you talk to at TSSAA and a reporter. Austin did not start. If they're talking about starting because somebody bounced the ball and it hit the Brainerd player, okay, then we started. But the Brainerd player distinctly was standing over our player saying something to him. He pushed him down. I mean, I don't know who you talk to. And it seems like, wait, let me finish. It seems like you against Austin East. I hope that's not what you trying to do. Because every time you come with something, it's like, oh, I'm not coming to Austin East and they don't want to talk to me. It's not they don't want to talk to you. They can't talk to you. And I told you that.
Pam, so I don't know why. Are your feathers ruined?
Yeah, because he keep coming with this mess about, oh, they said this and they said that, and Armstead and Langlois won't talk to me and all this. I told you before, it's not that they don't want to. They can't talk to you, and they are not talking to anybody. So it's not just you. So,
take your little sip, Pam.
Because don't play about Austin East for real, though. Like, I'm serious. That's bad. That's bad as talking about Kentucky, which Tamir just did. And he know how I do. I will block you if you talk about Kentucky. I don't care if Tennessee is beating them or beat them. I will block you in a second and act like I don't even know him. So, there. That's that on that. Now, back to the regularly scheduled program. Go ahead, Tanisha. Right, Cynthia. Yeah, like he's supposed to be a reporter. He should know about a gag order. Oh.
So back to the dead bats falling out of the sky and the dead iguanas falling out of the sky and Justin Timberlake. What did y'all think about Justin Timberlake in the Super Bowl and his tribute to Prince? I saw mixed reviews on that. We're going to let Pam calm down and drink her some water.
I'm back, y'all. You still are still blocked. I didn't say, I'm beginning to wonder because you keep saying that they won't talk to you. You don't know the reason why they won't talk to you. They can't talk to you. They choose not to talk to anybody, not just you. So don't take it like they're just not talking to you. And if I came off a little harsh, I do apologize. But it's not that they can't talk to you. They're not just not talking.
Yeah, they can't.
They're not talking to anyone until this is over with. So that's what it was.
And so one of the other things you need to understand, everybody needs to understand about their response to the media. We know that when you do an interview on the media, they can take some or a partial part of what you say and put it in whatever context they want. So the safest thing to do there was not talk to them. Because like I said, here we're saying you tell it right, you got to tell it all. You can't get bits and pieces of that and everything. So
me too, Trace. I'm sick of people talking crazy about Austin East.
I know, Rick. I just tried to give her some water. You think I need to go in the refrigerator and find her something else, something a little stronger?
Chuck said they can tell us they have a gay order. You did come off harsh. We have the flagship station of AE and I am pro. Oh, okay.
Okay, well, we good.
Well, we good then.
Yeah.
Past that.
Yeah, we're going past that.
Okay, we're past that. Okay.
So what else do we want to talk about tonight? Oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
You gotta go to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's my off day. But you gotta go to work though. Tracy, I like Justin's performance too, but then Black Twitter made me feel some type of way because I liked it. Because they was like, I feel guilty for liking it because Prince.
Yeah.
And then they put up all these. It was just crazy. I was like, look, I like Justin. I thought Justin was, one of us for a long time till I actually saw him. But he's from Memphis though. But I was Black Twitter boy. They go hard on folks. Yeah, but I did like it too. I liked how the whole outside was purple, and I like Justin. Justin got
it didn't seem bad to me. Hey, because we got people we've been wanting to trade in. Justin wasn't on the list.
No, he was one of the ones we was gonna keep.
Who are we trading? Hey, y'all! Before we get off tonight, give us some suggestions. We got some people. It was Stacey Dash. Who else?
Stacey Dash. Omarosa.
Yeah. What's his name? Ben Carson.
Who else?
Charles Barkley.
Tracy, go to Twitter. You can still put it up. Just hashtag JT or hashtag Prince.
Yeah. Yeah.
just what.
That's why I got confused because on Facebook I saw several people saying they liked it. And then I got on Twitter and they were going ham.
I said, boy, they said Justin. And then they made it even worse when he put up he was going on tour and his floor seats was $600 and $700. That was like, Justin Timberlake, he blew it. Yeah. Chuck, what you want me to call you for?
Stop, Pam. He got to talk about the tax.
He's tagging. He's still talking.
We wondered, so should people be able to use food stamps for pet food?
No.
If you missed that.
He said, put all of them. I'm roasting them in the garbage.
Right. And who we going to trade them for? Well, that's another discussion. Send us the rest of the list of people we need to trade in. Shauna, where'd you come in at?
I saw your brother at the meeting. He was over there, talking to Coach.
Oh, Raven Simone. Thank you, Alicia. Pam had to step away for a second. But yeah, we need to trade her in too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on stage.
Oh, they told Kevin Hart he couldn't be on stage? Wow. All right, so what we got pending now is we're talking about the ruling for the consequences issued to Austin East regarding the incident that happened with them in Brainerd. We're talking about can people, plug in, Pam. Should people be allowed to, this one right there. Should people be allowed to use food stamps for pet food? We're talking about dead bats falling out of the sky. What else we talking about? Oh, who we going to trade in? We're going to revoke some black cards. So one, Pam and I were both at the meeting, and Pam was actually at the game, so we were trying to help for those that couldn't make it, clear that up. Pam's back.
I'm back.
Hey, y'all. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us tonight.
Yep, thank you for tuning in. I had to put my phone on the charger. It was on 10%.
Oh, wait, can you see the comments from over there? Okay. So, Miss Anderson.
Boogie, he tell Shauna, bless us, I'm going to get on him because Boogie need to be keeping you enlightened. Sort of like when Boogie said that he didn't know if he was going to the game, and then we go all the way to Johnson County. He's sitting at the game. You remember that, Shauna? You remember Boogie did that? I hope he's looking at this because Boogie, I'm going to get you. You just wait.
Now, Brenda Anderson said that she suggests parents attend the school board meetings all the time, not just when there's a problem. And I think that's an excellent suggestion because, number one, they wouldn't be so quick to do things if they knew they had a whole community of people supporting our kids and that care about our kids, and they wouldn't just be out there thinking they could get away with stuff. So I think that's an excellent suggestion. Tracy Hall said Kevin Hart was drunk as a skunk.
Kevin Hart, he is so funny. He thought that he could just walk up after the Super Bowl and get on stage with us handing out the handing out the trophy, and they put their hand in his little chest. It was like, get back, little boy.
They put down here.
He said, down here, he said, I should listen to my wife. And she said, don't.
He still got a wife?
He got a new wife. He said he should listen to his wife. She told him don't do it. But no, he didn't listen. He was drunk. But the thing is, did y'all think this I thought this was so nasty. All the football players kissing that ball, going down the line, each one kissing the ball, touching it, kissing it, It was too much. I was like, that's nasty. Germs spreading. I mean, it was all the players kissing it. Yep, I thought that was nasty. Did y'all think that too? EBT fraud. Well, what's that?
No, that's back up. We were talking about, we were just informed that people sell their EBT cards and food stamps on Facebook.
Betsy, he's from Philly, I guess, and so he wanted to be, he was up in the stands. He was trying to get on the stage. He's trying to get in the after parties. And I guess they was like, we know who you are, but you don't have authority to do this. It was so funny. It was hilarious. Hear him talk about it is even funnier.
And you're right, kissing that football was gross. There's a lot of germs, and yes, in the midst of the flu epidemic,
it was nasty. I said they all kissing that ball, and then one after the other, and then they touching it, then they kissing. I was like, if I'd have been down there, been my husband to play ball, they'd be like, who is that woman down there with that Lysol and that hand sanitizer? Mom, baby, you can't do that. Regina, when we looked at it, we said it was how nasty it was. We was like, oh my God. And with her being a nurse. Okay, let's talk about that.
Rika, yeah. Rika wanted to know, Tarika, that's tipping Tarika. She done tipped on over to the page and trying to start something. But what she is asking is, did the Philly folks destroy the city?
They did. They destroyed the city.
They even so the police had put Crisco or some kind of grease on poles and different things to try to keep the people from climbing the poles, and it didn't work.
Yep. And Betsy, Will Smith, she said Will Smith's from Philly too. Did he act the fool? No, because he knew Jada wasn't having it.
They can't put her their paycheck in jeopardy.
Yep, I said the same thing when kissing about one person could turn the whole team into. Yes, that's how stuff gets spread. And then not to mention all the groupies that was afterwards. That was just so gross. Hey,
Trayman, glad you tuned in.
Hey, Trayman, I'm glad you
might have missed. You might have to rewind it and go back, but you were at the meeting, so you probably know a lot about it.
So, Trayman, what was your thoughts about the meeting? Because I didn't ask any questions. I didn't see you or anybody.
Hold on, let me go ahead and share, Tracy. Yes, Crisco is one of the oils that they use to keep people from climbing the poles. They also do that in New Orleans doing Mardi Gras, but it never works. So
you slide them down the pole? Was that what they want them to do?
No.
Crisco on the pole?
Crisco.
Do they use that at Magic City too? Crisco on the pole?
It's to keep them from climbing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Had a moment.
I love Pam. She gives me life. Like, she my alter ego.
Yeah.
But no, the Crisco is to keep people from. I wish we could say.
You know what? I have a lot of ebony friends, and I'm always the ivory to their ebony.
We look for balance.
Yeah, we look for balance. That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, the Crisco is to keep people from climbing the poles, but they still attempt to do it.
She said not the good grease.
You're right. They could use some little generic kind, that Clover Valley stuff they sell at the dollar store. I can't.
That Clover Valley grease, you try to fry some chicken in that, and it's gonna soak up all the grease, and your chicken gonna be
not fluffy.
Not fluffy. It's gonna be a mess. Yeah, Christy, you are a little late, but you can still tune. How long you been on here?
I don't know.
It don't say the time up here. It usually says how long you been on, but yeah, we've been on for a little minute. But you can always go back and watch it.
What's gonna be the new song?
I don't know. What new song to what? A theme song
to me and Pam
for us, or what?
They knew that they would tear that city down when they. Kathy, this was their first time in franchise history winning the Super Bowl. So they should have been prepared for that. Yeah, they knew that city was going down.
Yeah.
It was, well.
It was a mess.
They tore it up. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
They did. They let him. The thing is, they let him. I didn't see him like Mason. Nobody are doing.
Now, Rudy, I don't want you to get in trouble about sharing that they use extra virgin olive oil on the poles at Magic City.
So I've heard.
So you've heard. Oh, Salt and Pepper Productions.
Salt and Pepper Productions. That's us.
I like it. I like it.
So that's what you heard, Rudy?
That's what you heard. Cynthia, you still on with us? Okay, that's okay.
Trayman, I agree. She did have some great points. She is the voice of reason among us, because I was wanting to say what she was going to say. And
I'm looking over here. I'm looking at the wrong direction, ain't I? But go ahead.
I'm looking over there too. Look, we looking like back and forth because it's coming up on here.
Okay,
but it's a little behind now.
Yeah. So, thank you.
He says that's the same grease that Captain Jack's used.
I ain't even been to Captain Jack's. I tried to go to Captain Jack's one time, and the line was so long. And then they got a fake drive-through, and really they just need somebody out there with a memo pad taking your order.
I've been 3 times, and it was awful all 3 times. It was like somebody's...
Excuse me, I got a question from the listeners. Do R. Kelly use Crisco?
Captain Jack's tasted
okay, go ahead, Tom. Tell me about that.
Captain Jack's tasted like somebody old... white granddad's back there frying the food. That means no seasoning, y'all.
I was going to say, what is all that to equate to?
No offense to the...
Colonel Sanders,
to the white people, because I think Colonel...
Oh, that's right. That's our little known Black history fact. Y'all know where that Colonel Sanders recipe came from?
Colonel, didn't he steal that from somebody?
I don't know if he stole it, borrowed it, or it was given to him,
like
but
Columbus,
it ain't his.
Like Columbus, did he take the... I don't know. Somebody said baby oil. Please don't. Are y'all
giving her suggestions? Like, I'm confused. So we're talking about all they use to keep people from climbing up the poles. Pam,
somebody said use baby oil instead. I don't know.
So I'll tell you what we ought to do. We're gonna have a pole climbing contest. We're gonna test out Crisco, baby oil, what else? Clover Valley.
Clover Valley.
From the dollar store.
Oh, Betsy said, why did they just stop them from playing Brainerd? Why punish the kids that's not even there yet? They talked about that too, and Langlois said, no more playing Chattanooga teams ever, Howard or Brainerd. And we all thought they should have just punished the kids involved and let the others go, because... What do you say?
Thanks, T, for outing me out to my wife.
I want to be Tiffany Vanessa, the undresser this month. Hi, Miss Beatty.
Hey. Oh, we got to make sure we use good grammar.
Oh,
our English
grammar.
teacher's on.
I ain't going to say ain't no more. And
when we talk about using Crisco, Clover Valley, and extra virgin olive oil on the poles.
About the pole and the pole you put down in that new air fryer. That's what we was talking about. Do it around there. Yes, Sean, I remember the scene from this Christmas. She messed him up with that baby oil. She was the whole ball. Trayman said, do we need to get rid of a few of the administrators? Maybe we need to go in new directions.
I think for me...
wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. Let's answer Trayman first, because I know you can ready to go crazy. I think for me personally, it's a little early to talk about getting rid of the administrators. First of all, I think we need to work on giving the administrators we have the tools, the resources, the finances, and the teachers that they need, so that if they have a vision for the school, they can make it work. You know what I mean? And I've used this analogy before. It's like asking me to make a chocolate cake with no chocolate, and instead you giving me lemon flavoring. So I think before we talk about what our administrators are doing, I think they need everything that they need to make the school work, like all the other schools have.
Okay, Clarence wants to put Pam on the pole with the Pam spray. Now, Pam spray is good. And they got the olive oil Pam spray, too.
Right.
So, Clarence, you was on the show Friday night I was on, and you this close to coming out the friend zone, boy. Don't push me, because I'm close to the edge.
My alter ego. And now we have a new name. This is what, the Salt and Pepper Show?
The Salt and Pepper Productions.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper Productions.
So, yep, that's true. Who will they pick up to replace the chat teams? Can't get rid of chat teams game. Maybe they can beef up the... No, we're done with chat. Chat is out.
We're done with chat.
Because it's too much of a liability. This has been brewing for years. It's just that this was probably the tip the straw that broke the camel's back. This incident,
right.
Chat teams are out,
and let's not disregard that the media had a lot to do with that. And then when the media shared the story, they allowed a lot of comments to continue under that story, which normally they would take it down, but they let it go on.
And he even asked, Langlois said he even contacted the news station and said, can y'all remove these comments? Because it started going racist and started talking about, they putting up kids' names, all this, and they still didn't take it down. You know what? The media loves conflict. That's how they get their viewers. And every time they inbox me about doing a story, I was going to do it, but I'm thinking, she asked me a couple questions. I was like, you know what? That don't even sound right.
Right.
The questions you asking me, it's like you trying to twist my words, so I'm not going to do it. Plus, I should have went live where they couldn't have edited it and said really what I want to say, but they really didn't want me to get on the news. They really didn't. They kept asking, but they really didn't want it. But they twisted things up to make it seem still blame on us.
That's why a lot of people, when they're wondering why people aren't talking to the media, because we want to make sure they aren't taking out of context what we're trying to say. And so that's another issue we need to talk about, is how the media continues. Because think about when they had that shooting in Kentucky. Y'all remember that? I guess it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
They had Austin East in the backdrop as they shared this story about the Kentucky school shooting. And we like, first of all, we in a whole nother state.
Right. What do we?
And what subliminal message are y'all trying to share when y'all use Austin East in the background of that story? So,
Regina said, I'm trying to get me a Valentine's Day gift. I told you I'm about to let everybody about the friend zone. When I get them, what you doing, sexy morning text, a good morning and all this, I'll be ignoring them. I'll be ignoring them like I got somebody. I ain't even got nobody. I be acting like I'm taken when I'm single. I don't know. My son said I'm too mean.
Pam.
Pam. This is turned to we're going to get past that because I got some work to do.
Pam.
Myself.
I want you to leave them people in your inbox.
I got some work to do with myself. I
want you to leave them in the friend zone. I don't want them stalkers. No, we gonna go somewhere. We gonna go to church.
We're gonna go to church.
I'm gonna find her little deacon, a choir director, somebody that can help me and Jay out with Pam.
Yeah, they kept calling online Chattanooga Brainerd. That's how ignorant them people are. And they came up with all these names.
Oh, thank you, Sammy. So you can go to www.talkingwitht.com and catch our shows. We do new shows on Monday, and so we appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to do this more often.
Yeah, we're going to do live. Everybody's been asking us to do the lives. They do lives at least once a week. So we have been trying to find a day. Just so happened I'm generally off on Wednesdays, but today I just so happened to have dealing with my son this morning and got a chance to go to the meeting. So we was like, we should go live today.
Yeah, since we just left the meeting.
Because a lot of people couldn't, Sean said, not a deacon. Okay, listen. I got asked on a date by a single pastor. Would y'all think I'd make a good first lady? What do y'all think?
I almost hit Ian right there and finished this the benediction.
Do y'all think I would make a good first lady? Look, let me practice.
You want me to go get you a hat?
This is me Sunday morning.
That's your first lady look?
Yeah, this is my first lady look.
Ooh. So
that's what you gotta do. I need a church hat.
Yeah, you need a church. Look, so the question is with Pam. Now this is the same Pam that we just talked about sliding down a pole with Crisco.
No, Christy, you don't think so? You have no faith in your girl. I'm appalled.
And now we try to see if she gonna be a good first.
No, ma'am, first lady. No.
So, thank you, Jay.
Everybody said no. Y'all have no faith in me.
We have come to a consensus, Pam.
Tamika, you too. Oh, y'all just done broke my little heart because I think I switch it up. I think I'd be good first lady. Have Bible study and things like that. Somebody said bye, Pam.
Don't worry, y'all. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm going to prepare an intervention just in case they get... First of all, after y'all going to first... What? Okay, so you've been asked out
Somebody said ask Earl.
Earl was singing Love and Happiness in the middle of church service, so we ain't going to ask Earl.
She said my church hat would be a Kango. I love you too, Mika. Chris said we have history. I know you. Ooh.
This ain't the time.
We just leave that back there in the 90s.
I do want to know what a date would be like with you with a pastor. I mean,
I don't know.
Just curious.
She said you need those white stockings that together. You would be in the
and them kitten heels.
Pam Cutter, where's my blessed doll? You can buy that on.
I'm starting to sell it. After we did that story about that man, how much money is he worth selling that miracle water?
A lot.
Yeah, we gonna have some things for you out to buy.
Nikki, yes, I would be joining them clowns.
Jared said God works in mysterious ways.
Who said that?
Jared, you know Jared Kroon?
Yes.
He does work in mysterious ways, but you know, he's the ruler of all things, not impossible ways. Like,
she says, censors would leave first time someone rubbed you wrong in church. Hey, Alicia. She said,
please film the date. Holy oil will be flying.
I might take him up on
You know what? We didn't think about that. When we were talking about oils, we talked about Crisco and Western oil and extra virgin oil and Pam spray. We didn't talk about blessed oils.
Blessed oil.
Pam, you trying to... Y'all, you know I'm hanging on to my crown by 3. Do not. Somebody got to stand up for everybody. That's going to be me. Somebody got to plead everybody's case. So, I'm going to stay out of this.
That's true. White stockings that rub together.
So what are things that are... And Jay, if you still on, I know you can help us. What are some traditional things that you would see from a first lady or usher board or a choir member?
Because I need to write this down, first lady stuff.
Then you write down.
I need to write down what I need to be the first lady. See, I need a hat, church hat.
Yeah, you need a church hat. What else? Kitten heels.
He said, that person will be the star of the next left behind service for the
That was funny. That right there, that was funny.
I need a church hat.
Some kitten heels.
Some white stockings.
You need a fan.
I need a fan. And then I need them church suits, them church suits.
Yeah. What's them little handkerchief things they be throwing on people's heads?
I go around and cover people up when they fall out. You remember that time I fell?
Tell it again for the people in the back that missed it, y'all. Pam was... I'm going to set the stage, though. Because first of all, we don't want to get it twisted. Pam does go to church.
Yes, I do, faithfully.
Yeah, and so...
I love my church, OBC. I love Pastor Arnold. He probably like, Lord, Pam. Because he sees me, he'd be like... Oh, because he's my friend on Facebook, so he sees what I put.
Well, he just know it's still work to do. You know what I mean? That's what we do. But, so she goes to church. You know, in some churches, they get very...
Jay said you got to be able to sing, cook, or do something other than sit on the front row. Okay, I can cook. What's the other... I can cook, so sing... Take me to the king. I don't... No.
Let's get back to Pam at the church when... What'd you fall out for in the first place? Pam, go ahead and tell the story.
No, you know how you
So you go to the altar, right? And I go to the
altar. You know, sometimes you catch the Holy Ghost, you know. But I would just had my hands up, so I guess it was people falling out. I guess they thought that I was the one. You don't always have to fall out when you catch the Holy Ghost. And so I thought, okay, they'll come over here. You don't always have to fall out when you catch the Holy Ghost. But I didn't. I guess they wanted. I thought that everybody was supposed to fall out. I didn't know that. So they put their hands on me.
We need the church book, falling out book of etiquette. Jay, that's how we can make us some money. Jay, can you write some rules for etiquette doing catching the Holy Spirit and falling out? But go ahead.
So they come over there and they put their hands on me, one person this side, one person that side, one person in the back, and and pastor in the front, and he's talking to me, and I think, after that, that's all. But then I felt my body going back, and I think I'm supposed to fall out. I thought I was just supposed to get the healing on my head. So I go out, but then I'm down there and I'm wondering, how long do I stay there? What time? Is there a time limit on how long you stay down there? So then I'm laying down and they come cover me up. So I'm thinking, I'm going to be down there.
What they cover you up with?
So a cloth, a purple one. So I'm thinking, a purple silk one. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be down here for forever because I don't know how long I'm supposed to be down here. Nobody told me the rules to catching the Holy Ghost, So
the Holy Ghost hit you, you fall out, they cover you up with a purple cloth.
Yes, they cover me purple. So I'm laying down there, but I'm peeking at other people. So I see people still down there. So I'm like this. I see people still down there, so I'm like, when these people gonna get up? So then, I hear, still talking, and I thought about
Tina. What you doing, speaking in tongues?
No, I thought I was only reciting what Tina Turner was reciting when she did. He coming on, she going ten toes.
I can't even, y'all. I don't even think I'm better finish.
So. That's the only thing I knew to say.
Jay said, if you stay down there too long, the saints think you need some more deliverance.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still down there, covered up, and I'm going, he's going in my head, because I'm thinking about Tina Turner. I was thinking, this what happened to her when she was, So, I'm laying down there, so I'm peeking with my one eye, like, hey, up. So I see people getting up, so I'm thinking, okay, I can get, Felicia, you probably was the one that covered me up, come to think about it, because you was down there walking. You could have came over there and said, Pam, get up. But no, I thought we were better than that. You like my sis, you didn't even tell me to get up. So I'm down there, and I think I'm down there for a long time looking like, and I'm still going, he going in my head. But I thought I was talking Chinese there for a minute. But so I'm peeking, I see people getting up, so I pop up, and then I was like, what do I do now? So then I said, well, I guess I'll go back to my seat. So I went back to my seat, but people was that
the same time you thought you were supposed to take a nap, and you woke up and you see people?
I was like, "We're supposed to take a nap. I've been down here for a long time." He said, "Indeed, you would, Pam. Right with these things. Convince the pastor name me and you, church finance coach, church birth. Leave us in for 3 years. By then we." So we could take some milk to our cocktails and have a birthday.
You know what, Rudy?
Cynthia,
we need Rudy to join us over here. We need Rudy to join the show.
Kathy, I thought they would help me up too. Cynthia, you was there. I think you was in the choir. She said she was learning how to get up and win.
I told Pam about falling behind everybody.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I don't go to the altar anymore. If I'm gonna fall out by my seat. My friend Ramonda Shipwright helped me up because she's sitting next to me every Sunday. But I can't go up there and putting the hands on me.
Letitia said, you gonna be adding Cardi B lyrics to Amazing Grace.
I know, I probably
done got all of us. We probably in danger. Okay, it's getting hot now. Take this off. I'm getting hot.
Woo. Yeah, I was delivered. Somebody said, I know you were snoring. No, they didn't want me to go to sleep because I would have been snoring the paint off the walls up in OBC. But yeah, but it's so that was my first real experience of catching the Holy Ghost. So I don't go up there no more. If you see me, I just gonna put my hand up. Even if I feel something coming over, I'm just gonna do like this. Cause you don't know what to do at OBC. Because people be running around. You might get run over at OBC. They need to get some stop signs or something up in there. Cause people be running around. They be running around new directions, and you go up there, you bam, and then you be like, you don't know if you caught the Holy Ghost or somebody ran over you. So. Yeah. I love my church though. I love Pastor On. I love everyone there. I've been going for a while now. She said, don't pay him no attention. Girl, be people pissing that everywhere. I can't help her. Felicia do. They be in the rows. They be in the hall. They be...
Well, y'all must have a lot of, the Holy Spirit must be...
Yeah, it's good. It's good, but I just didn't know...
What to do.
Yeah. So I don't know if there are guidelines. Somebody said, please record next time you go win that $10,000
You know what? I need to go with her, don't I? And you do what you do, Pam. I'm a record. Yeah. Do y'all allow videos in your church?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna record. We're gonna win that $10,000.
Yeah, because I was up there and I wish I could give y'all a video on how I was.
We'll take one.
In the floor.
We'll reenact it. Not right now though, because I'm only on about 10%. We've been talking for a long time.
You only on 10% on what?
15. I don't know. I think it's popped up. We started out on 80%. It was charged. We've been out here a long time.
Oh yeah.
And they done disinfected the schools and such, and I gotta go back to work tomorrow and get no ice.
Doug, I did need the Holy Ghost brochure. So, Jay, can you put out the Holy Ghost brochure so people like me, new Holy Ghosters, will know what you're supposed to do?
New Holy Ghosters.
She said that's the church track team. He said, I'm coming with you and I'm playing to be tickled. And then it's so funny because sometimes I'm in church. Y'all don't laugh at me. because I'm a work in progress. Sometimes at church, and I'll be, they say, now let's pray. So I pray, but there's
praying, Pam?
But there's some crazy thoughts come through my head, or something like something crazy that comes through my head. I have to start over and be like, why did I think about that? So then you have to start over with your prayer. So, but yeah, Jay said he got me.
Okay.
Thank you, Jay. Give the
so Jay, you gonna work on writing the brochure for the Holy Ghosters for Holy Ghost 101, the new Holy Ghosters?
Felicity, we need at least to direct the runners. They should just run to the left, but they take off running and then they come
dance.
Go around.
Cynthia, what you mean by dance? Cause you need me. I know what kind of dance. Y'all need me to do a dance. I got you. I got you, Cynthia.
I do that too. Tracy, I do. I don't understand.
Kathy, you are right. And I don't understand why we still sitting here at my dining room table, Facebook Live, instead of me watching Pam being in the audience, making millions.
Because, listen, this is what happened. Long years ago, when we we've been friends since, ninth grade. After I graduated, somebody had a kid. I'm not going to say nobody's name. No, it wasn't her, though. It was me. I had a kid. And then...
I had another kid.
And then 9 months after that, I had another kid. So keep in mind, I got 2 kids. It truly take a village, because then 10-year gap, I have 2 more kids back to back. It truly takes a village, because I've had help with my children, but I am pleased because my last one is coming out this year, Kylan Campbell, and that's my baby. I don't know what I'm going to do about when he leaves. It's just gonna break my heart, because I think me and him are probably I won't say the closest, but he's my baby. So yeah, he's her baby too. And Kim Hill's baby. He's everybody's baby,
because he's a sweetie pie.
Yeah, so I didn't get to do the things I want to do. I went to college, had to come home because I had kids or whatever. I didn't get to do the things I want to do. But now, since he's the last one coming out, I'm gonna start doing everything I want to do. I want to travel, put some stamps on my passport. Want to do before.
Oh.
She
gonna start dating a minister?
Yeah, I'm gonna start dating a minister. I'm gonna finish my book. I'm gonna start my blogging. And because I still got time. I'm 47.
Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate that.
Yeah, what you say? You too much better than those.
Felicia said she was babysitter for the first one.
Yes, Felicia, you was. Everybody had Kyrus.
I was gonna say
she had Kyrus too. Everybody had Kyrus. He was like the first. Him and Sanquest was like the first babies of the crew. So everybody had them. So
you know what though? When we talk about that, it's never too late. We've been doing this show now for about 3 years. Going on this June, it'll be 3 years. And we just start checking stuff off our bucket list. You know what I mean? Life can be short. Time, we got to take advantage of it. So better late than never, I guess. We're going to see where this goes. We need everybody to contribute about $1 a month to the Salt and Pepper Productions.
Doug said, I was told that Knox County schools did the best in the state in teaching urban students in reading. What is that?
Doug, I'm going to have to confirm that for you. I'm going to get on that and I'll let you know. I'll let you know if that's true. I do know while they're talking about Austin East, they put in the paper that Austin East had the highest rate of financial aid applications completed than any other school in the district. Did y'all know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't put that
We had the most number of seniors, percentage-wise, complete their financial aid packet in preparation for college than any other school in the district. Now, tag WAT, WBR, WVLT, and Knox News sitting on that.
Yes, because they didn't report. That's what I told the lady. This is what I told the reporters when they kept inboxing me. I said, y'all are really accessible now, because I remember during football season, I would at y'all on everything to get alternate scores and everything, and nobody never responded. But now all of a sudden, y'all done found me to do an interview about my school, and you think I'm going to talk negatively about them? No, it's not going to happen. You will have to edit the whole thing. But so they
about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then I asked them, could I would do an interview, but could I do an interview with, Donovan or Tirsa or somebody? Could I do an interview with a black person? They didn't reply. So you're not going to meet my demands. I'm not going to talk. I will talk about it on our platform or on 99.7 platform, but I'm not going to talk to y'all because I know how y'all going to twist it around, so I don't got time for that.
Doug, you're right. So when we started out, he's talking about the reading scores of our graduates and some other things. When we started out, this whole sports thing is just one battle as a community, as people that care about the kids. And want to level the playing field a little bit, giving them equitable resources and opportunity. We got to fight for more than the opportunity to play sports. Yes, sports is a big part of it because everybody needs to be successful. You know, it's fun. It brings a community together, but there are some other things we need to do. So yeah, in tackling the reading program, there are things that can be done. I guess we need to run a strategy session or share some tips of how people can get involved in different ways, because everybody can't do the same thing, and we get that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Nene says, y'all got a bucket list, I got a barrel list.
Well, truth be told, but I don't think I got enough time for the barrel. I just got to try to not do us in the bucket.
And somebody, what did I say?
My friend Marcus said, unfortunately, the news is about what people want to hear. So what does it tell you? It tells us that people thrive off of negative news. And so we got to start patronizing that. You know, if y'all saw the comments under there, y'all be for real ticked off. And then it shows some people their true colors here.
I had to get off of there, especially when I started seeing people that I knew or people that I had worked with before or whatever on there, or policemen in the city, you know, that are friends with some of my police officer friends. When I started seeing them on there talking about the kids, and they only play thug ball, nobody wants to play them. I'm thinking, so because we win, you know, it's thug ball, is that what it is? You know, you don't,
you're right, Doug.
You don't complain if you beat us, but because we are winning and we number 2 or 3 in the state. These boys had a good chance to go to the state and possibly win it this year, and they have took that from them, because they're probably not going to get this season back.
Right.
And I hate it for the senior players. I hate it for the senior cheerleaders who are doing a wonderful job because of our friend Shelly Rice. She has turned that program around. Shelly Rice Davis, my bad, has turned that program around, and those senior girls are not going to get a chance to experience the state. We've gone to the state. Right. We know what. You know, what it's like. The excitement it is when you go and stay.
And I don't mean to brag, but we went to state for football, basketball, girls and boys track, and we won the cheerleading competition.
And we won the cheerleading competition. People don't be wanting to put that in there.
Yeah, they don't want to add that in there, but we
won the cheerleading competition. First time Austin East ever won a cheerleading competition. It was because we didn't have was it 6 of us or was eight of us?
Hey, Cynthia said, tell about the good things going on at AE, and, you know, I'd be happy to. And I just want to say, the way y'all came out and hit social media for this, don't forget, we have the AE Code Red Robotics Club. We have the Code Runners, which is our own coding team. We also are the only high school that has a scuba diving, not swim diving. Y'all heard me right, scuba diving team. So those are some things that we can celebrate and talk about with AE. So I'm going to need you all to get behind us on that too. And you right. And I said before, I thought I'd never say anything Trump said, but he's right about that fake news, at least in some instances.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they kept talking about it. And I kept saying, who is over these TV, you know, before they put things up? Why would you just let them keep going on and on and on?
Buffy said, can she cuss? I guess. I don't know if it'll block you or not, but have at it. I'm sure you can. Other people have. And then Doug said, they are us and we are they. We are all accountable for the solutions, and I agree. We are all accountable for the solutions. So.
Right. All accountable. So we got to, hold your kids. We can teach kids, what to do at home, and I know mine, knows what to do and not to do.
You got a great kid.
Well, thank you. But then you got to think about, he's on a team. Them are his brothers. If he sees them in conflict, he go out there and try to, diffuse it. But if somebody lays a punch on him or somebody, it could have been worse. And I was, when I got to the game, I was thinking, there's not many AE fans here, but I'm glad it wasn't. Because I was like, why we can't play? I'm glad it wasn't a lot of fans there, and I'm glad it wasn't at nighttime, because it would have been 100 times worse with everybody there. But then when we go outside, because everybody from outside had to go out the back.
Yeah, Kathy, it's a scuba diving team.
We go out back, and go to our car, and it's like they had text people from the city, because it was a whole bunch of cars out there just waiting, thinking something was going on. But it wasn't that many people from Austin there, so that was a plus, that it wasn't crowded and it wasn't at nighttime, because it could have really escalated to something awful.
So if you're late tuning in at this point, y'all gonna have to go back and see some of the conversation. But we will say we did verify tonight that Alcoa Council playing with us, because they were, what was it?
They fear for their safety.
Oh, yeah, they feared for their safety. So Alcoa won't be, well, that, of course, we know about this point. But Alcoa decided not to play us because their superintendent said they were fearful of their safety.
Yeah, they fear for their safety. But now, and like I said before, keep in mind, we played them twice this year in football and lost. Looks like we'd have been mad that we lost because it kept us from advancing in the tournament. So the kids, my family plays on these teams. So, they're like, I don't know why they won't let them just play. The kids want to play. The parents want to play, but this is the superintendent's call. And like they said at the meeting tonight, that superintendent runs it. It's just one school, he runs Alcoa, so.
Mm-hmm. You're right. They didn't do that before in football, and there are some different things. Because in football, they have a contract, and so there's a fine. And if you cancel a game, you have to pay this fine, and it's quite a hefty fee. It's like $3,000 or whatever.
$4,000, they said.
But if in basketball they don't have a contract like that, and then there was a loophole. They canceled, but because of the incident, there was a no contest ruling. So basically, it's like, it doesn't count as a win or a loss. Pam, we're going to have to sign off tonight because I got to get my nerves together so I can be ready for work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it is
almost 8 o'clock.
It is almost 8 o'clock and her phone is going.
Who
said, I'm trying, Lord help me.
Mm.
Yeah, fear for their safety, Felicity.
That's what they
now
said.
That
fear for their safety. All right, y'all. So, Pam, we're going to do this. What's going to be our regular night so people will know? We're going to try Wednesdays or Thursdays?
We could try Thursdays.
It'll be in the evenings anyway, so Thursdays.
Yeah,
I'm good on Thursdays.
Thursday evenings would be good.
Yeah, because it takes me from Monday to Wednesday night to recuperate from the weekend.
Right.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, keep responding. Don't forget to tune in to Talking with T new shows each Monday. That's www.talkingwitht.com. We got P.I. Pam. We have Professor J. We got Tip and Tarika. We got our Jersey Boy Lincoln. And hopefully we'll have some new additional segments joining us for 2018.
Let me ask these real quick. Yeah, Trace, that's what we're saying. Some of the other schools might not want to play them too. And so that's going to, if they, especially that they know that it's a no contract in basketball. They only have so many games left. But I doubt they even get to play the rest of the games. And he said there's a young man who I will not name. He's a child who played with Catherine, was highly regarded that he is constantly known for fighting and getting penalized. Yes, I know that said kid as well. So, but that's how they, obviously it's always been, they called us almost educated, always eligible. It's always been something with Austin East. Even when we do good, someone finds it to find something bad in it. They'll be like, the top Knox County school to do the FAFSA or whatever. And then somebody say, well, they need it because they're poor. They'll come back with something crazy. And then, in fact, if they ever report that, I'm going to have to go on WATD.
Hey, the people say Thursdays are good. So we're going to make us a date on Thursday. Ain't like I'm doing nothing else.
Me neither. Unless I go out with the pastor.
Hey, y'all, it's my boo's birthday Saturday. And we're going to be at Kev on Stage. You going to Kev on Stage?
I want to go. Is it Saturday?
It's Saturday. Square Room.
Okay, why is it $40 though? Is it $40?
I don't know how much it is, but I do know we got 2% battery life left. So if it go black, y'all,
okay, we gone.
We gone for real.
Okay, we'll see y'all Thursday. What time?
7-ish.
7 o'clock on Thursday. Tune in. We doing it this Thursday?
Is today Thursday?
Today's Tuesday.
I've been out of school too long. I don't know. We might do it this Thursday.
We might do it this Thursday. We'll let you know in
advance.
Let you know. But yeah, we'll let you know. So thanks for tuning in. We had a good time, and hope we answered all your questions. If we didn't, then you know where to find us.
Yeah. Peace.